In this video, I'm going to explain how you can become a racing driver. If you're new around here, my name is Esther Quaitmere and I've got a PhD in mechanical engineering. I like driving, fixing and racing classic cars. And if that's your kind of thing, grab those helmets and let's get to the video. In this video, I'm going to go over 5 things: types of racing, driving tests for the circuit race, the Novice Cross, racing driving costs, and why you should be a racing driver. There are lots of different types of motorsport in the UK. Some run under the main governing body, Motorsport UK. Others have their own organisation, with some advantages and disadvantages. Circuit racing, rallycross, short oval racing, autograss, trials, stage rallying, road rallying, hill climb, sprints, auto tests, drag racing, karting, drifting and more. I do circuit racing and there are circuits all over the country. The closest ones to me are Cadwell and Croft, and they happen to be my favourite so far. To go racing, you have to have a race licence, which you get by completing the ARDS test. This is made up of 2 parts, the theory and the practical test. So the theory test itself is made up of 3 parts: flags, safety and general knowledge of MS UK. You do have to score 100% on the flag section. The other 2 sections are multiple choice. The questions are pretty much common sense. When I did mine, I was a nervous wreck. I'm not great at exams and I was really scared that I was going to make a silly mistake. But I didn't, so I got to go on to the driving assessment. Now this can be taken a couple of ways. There are either dedicated assessment days at Silverstone, for example, or you can do it as part of a general track day. Mine took place on a general track day at Cadwell Park. These are usually in the afternoon, so you can book the morning as a track day to get some practice in. On these days, you can take your own car out and the driving instructor will sit in you, pretty much like a normal driving test. You have to show that you're competent on the track with your awareness of the other cars around you and your driving skills. You're not to go outside the lines, as that's an automatic fail. When I did mine, I was so scared of failing that I almost failed for being too slow. I was being super nice and trying to let everyone go by so that I could just do my little test. In the end, I passed. And when I carried on my track day, I went tens of seconds faster. I just get scared with tests. So now you have your license, you're ready to go racing. You have to put a Novice Cross on your car for the first 6 races that you do. This is a yellow sticker with a black cross and it serves to indicate to the other drivers that you're a newbie. These 6 races need to be completed to the satisfaction of the racing organizer with no warnings or incidents. It can take longer. You might have to keep it on if you have a crash. Racing costs. Let's talk about the cost of racing. It can be expensive, although it is possible to do it cheaply if you choose the right series, the right car, never crash, never break down. The race length can have an effect on the cost, and this can vary. I've done a 15-minute race in the Classic Stock Catch, a 45-minute race in the Road Sports, and a 24-hour race in the 2CV. Some people like the arrive and drive option. This is where you just turn up, you don't need to store the car, fix the car, transport the car, but arrive and drive can come at a cost and is typically over £1,000 per weekend. If you own your own car, don't forget you'll need the trailer, something to tow the trailer with, somewhere to stay, tools, fuel. On top of that, you'll need safety gear and safety equipment in the car itself, such as fire extinguishers, harnesses, and also staying on general wear and tear of the car. They say that your first year is always the most expensive, as you'll be gathering all the new equipment, but then you'll just use that equipment year after year. So the running costs in the long run will reduce. Some of the safety gear that you'll need includes helmet, hands device to protect your neck, gloves, fire-resistant shoes, fire-resistant suit, balaclava. Optional things, you can have fire-resistant socks and fire-resistant underwear. But don't let all this cost put you off. For my first race, and for all the races I've ever done, I've managed to borrow a lot of the stuff, like the race suit, the balaclava, and those sorts of things. The only thing that I actually bought for my first race was my shoes, because that's the only thing I couldn't borrow. Okay, the final and most important point, why should you race? I think it simply comes down to because it's fun. It's a fun thing to do. I don't really like watching racing. I don't like it on TV. I don't like it in real life. It can be a bit boring, but I really enjoy being part of it, either as a mechanic or part of the race team or being a driver. I think the advantage of being a driver is that you get the fun And also you get to feel what the car's like. Instead of having the drivers relay and try and explain to you what's the problem with the car and how to make it better, you can actually be the person that's feeling those sorts of things. I also like the challenge of it. I didn't want the fear to like stop me and hold me back. I wanted to see if I could do it. I want to do well, and I want to feel like I've conquered a racetrack. I want to see the times going down and beat my personal best. If you're interested in racing, go on a few track days, and then when you're ready, book your license. Get out there and have a go. I put some links in the description so you can find how to book a track day and how to book your license. Whilst you're scrolling down to find them, why don't you give this video a like and subscribe? I'm racing this weekend, so there'll be lots more racing content coming. Thanks for watching.